"Give me liberty or give me death." These words echoed through St. John's Church in Richmond, Virginia in 1775. They belonged to Patrick Henry, America's most passionate revolutionary voice. But 12 years later, when invited to the Constitutional Convention, Henry refused to attend. "I smelt a rat," he declared. Was this fiery patriot, this champion of liberty, right to be suspicious of the new Constitution? Born in 1736 in Virginia, Patrick Henry rose from modest beginnings to become America's most powerful orator. His passionate speeches didn't just stir emotions, they sparked action. During the Revolution, he served as Virginia's first governor, leading the state through the war years. But Henry was more than just a gifted speaker. He was a shrewd political thinker who understood the delicate balance between liberty and power. His suspicion of centralized authority wasn't paranoia. It came from deep study of history and human nature. When invited to the Constitutional Convention, he made a decision that would profoundly impact American history. He stayed home. This wasn't laziness or indifference, it was a calculated political statement. Henry's opposition to the Constitution was specific and sophisticated. He saw dangers that others missed. "It is a consolidated government," he warned. This wasn't just a slogan, it was a precise diagnosis. Henry feared states would lose their sovereignty to federal power. The presidency could become too powerful, perhaps even monarchical. A standing army could threaten civilian liberty. The new system might create an American aristocracy. Individual rights weren't properly protected. Many dismissed these as paranoid fantasies. But Henry understood power's tendency to expand. June 1788, Virginia's ratifying convention became the crucial battleground. As the largest state, Virginia's decision could make or break the Constitution. Henry led the opposition with speeches that lasted for hours, combining legal analysis with emotional appeals. What right had they to say, "we the people," instead of "we the states"? He demanded. This wasn't just rhetoric. It was a fundamental question about where sovereignty resided in the new republic. His oratory nearly succeeded. Virginia came dangerously close to rejecting the Constitution, which might have doomed the entire project. Henry's most powerful argument focused on individual rights. "Show me that age and country where the rights and liberties of the people were placed on the sole chance of their rulers being good men," he challenged. His words cut to the heart of the matter. Without explicit protections, rights existed only at the government's pleasure. He insisted on constitutional amendments protecting individual liberties. His pressure, combined with similar demands from other states, forced Federalists to promise a Bill of Rights. This would become Henry's greatest legacy. Without his fierce opposition, these fundamental protections might never have been added to the Constitution. The Bill of Rights addressed his core concerns. First Amendment protected speech, religion, and assembly. Second Amendment addressed fears about standing armies. Fourth through Eighth Amendments guaranteed judicial rights. 10th Amendment reserved powers to states and people. Henry made specific predictions about how the Constitution might be misused. Federal government would steadily expand its power beyond its original limits. Federal taxation would reach deep into state affairs. State sovereignty would gradually erode. Courts would expand their authority beyond original intentions. The necessary and proper clause would become a tool for federal expansion. Many of these warnings proved prophetic. The federal government did expand far beyond what the founders envisioned. The Supreme Court did claim powers like judicial review. States did lose significant sovereignty to federal authority. By the 1790s, Henry had reconciled with the new government. President Washington even offered him positions in his administration, which he declined. But his influence endured through the Bill of Rights and his warnings about government power. There's a myth that Anti-Federalists like Henry were simply obstructionists who feared change. The reality is more complex. They ask crucial questions about power, liberty, and democracy that we still debate today. Some of Henry's warnings proved accurate, others didn't. States retained significant powers, and American democracy survived. Henry showed that loyal opposition strengthens democracy. His resistance gave us the Bill of Rights. His warnings about government power still resonate. He reminds us that sometimes the greatest patriot is the one who dares to say no. Every time Americans exercise their First Amendment rights, every time states assert their powers against federal overreach, every time citizens demand their constitutional protections? They're proving that Patrick Henry wasn't just an opponent of the Constitution, he was indeed a prophet of American liberty.